Good evening to you all and welcome to the KISWATE News Bulletin. I am your host, Josephine Surega. Today, we highlight transformative stories shaping the future of education. Education in senior secondary schools under Kenya's competency-based curriculum is now set to cost just Kenya shillings 22,500 for 3 years. This is under the KISWATE Digital Academy KDA model. The announcement was made by Mr. Pius Odhiambo, founder of KDA, during a meeting on the digitization of KISWATE adopted schools. The new model covers tuition, digital textbooks, laptops, and Wi-Fi, all aimed at making learning more affordable and addressing teachers' shortages across Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, after spending 24 hours in my labs and trying different pricing model, I've come up with the price function for the cost of education in Kenya using the KISWATE Digital Academy concept. So, ladies and gentlemen, kindly allow me to give the details of my pricing model. And if you are new to my press briefings, please be aware that I'm working on digital school that will significantly reduce the cost of education in Africa. So far, this is the model. We are going to offer STEM subjects, and these are for mathematics, essential maths, Kiswahili, English, physics, chemistry, biology, community service, and one of the technical subjects like agriculture, electricity, metalwork, woodwork. Now, in each of these subjects, we are going to have a dynamic digital textbook, and which will go for 150 shillings per year, reducing the cost of basic education in Kenya. 2, in grade 10, we'll charge the students, all students, whether they are in adopted schools or non-adopted schools, they will charge them for 1,200 for the smart ID, where 600 shillings per student will go to the cost of the smart ID. 400 shillings will go to the cost of digital devices that will be used to implement the KISWATE Smart ID concept. And 200 shillings will go to payment of allowances for our volunteer staff. That is why we are coming up with 1,200. This will be a one-time payment. You only pay it once for the ID on your first day in the senior secondary school. Now, on top of that, for you to go through KISWATE Digital Academy, you will need textbooks, which we have estimated to be 8. And 8 times 150 will be 1,200 per year. Then we'll also have tuition fees, which we are charging 100 shillings per week. And for 39 weeks, that gives you 3,900. And this brings it to a total of 6,300 in grade 10. That's the only fees grade 10 students will be required to pay if they are learning through our digital system. In grade 11, we'll charge them for 8 textbooks at 150 shillings. That gives you 1,200. We charge them for tuition fees, 100 a week for 39 weeks. And this again will give us 3,900. And total will be 5,100. In grade 12, we'll charge the same. So the cost of going through high school from grade 10 to grade 12 using KISWATE Digital Academy model will be 16,500 without the government subsidy. This is without the government subsidy. Now, other requirements, the students will need a laptop. This will be provided by the school. And the children will need Wi-Fi internet connectivity. This will also be provided by the school using a shared bill with other students at school. Now, for the school to offer the students a laptop and Wi-Fi internet, the principals will need to seek the permission of the parents to allow them to charge a maximum of 2,000 Kenya shillings in grade 10, a maximum of 2,000 shillings in grade 11, and a maximum of 2,000 shillings in grade 12. This brings a total of 6,000 throughout the entire life of these students in senior secondary school. This is the money that will buy the laptops or desktops. This is the money that will pay for the Wi-Fi internet, and this is the money that will provide the digital devices for these students for the whole 3 years when the students in day school. Now, assuming that the parents prove this amount, then what will be the cost of taking a student through senior secondary school using the KISWATE Digital Academy model? So we are going to have 16,500, as I've explained earlier, plus 6,000 for laptop, Wi-Fi internet, digital devices, and this brings me to 22,500 for the entire 3 years.
KISWATE also unveiled innovative curriculum algorithms and a cost-reduced STEM education initiative supported by over 200 volunteer educators. Principals will seek parental consent to charge up to Kenya shillings 2,000 per year for digital devices as the model undergoes testing using artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Now, assuming that the parents prove this amount, then what will be the cost of taking a student through senior secondary school using the KISWATE Digital Academy model? So we are going to have 16,500, as I've explained earlier, plus 6,000 for laptop, Wi-Fi internet, digital devices, and this brings me to 22,500 for the entire 3 years. For the entire 3 years. Now, what does this mean? Let us do the comparison. Jamhuri Secondary School in Thika, under the able leadership of Chief Principal Madam Tabitha Mambo, who also happens to be my first boss when I was hired by TSC to teach maths and physics at Kenyatta Secondary School in Thika in October 2001, tells me that she charges 22,500 per year for the students to learn in the day school. Jamhuri Secondary School Thika is a day school. And even with this money, they still face the shortages of teachers, acute shortages of teachers. The lessons are still missed due to unplanned teachers' absenteeism. And they cannot also not afford all the textbooks. That's per year. But my model will charge the same amount of money for the entire 3 years. My supporters, if you are listening to me, what do you guys have to say about this? Now, St. Joseph Window Secondary School the school built, the nearest school to my rural home in Western Kenya, charges 14,500 after getting government subsidy. After getting government subsidy, my model is charging 22,500 without the government subsidy. Without government subsidy for the entire 3 years. So let's do the comparison. Jamhuri Secondary School in Dhika will charge 67,500 for 3 years. Or St. Joseph Window Secondary School will charge 43,500 for 3 years. KISWATE Digital Academy will charge 22,500 without the government subsidy. The others are with the government subsidy. This one is without the government subsidy. Now, if the government decides to give us half subsidy, it will reduce the cost of basic education in Kenya significantly. I'm so happy. I'm so happy about the results of my model. I'm so happy that